Christmas in Harlem, by Tony Angelo. In the bustling neighborhood of Harlem, where the sounds of jazz and laughter filled the air, a mother named Maria carried a secret deep within her heart. She had fallen on hard times and struggled to provide for herself and her two young children, Lily and Anthony. It was the holiday season, and Christmas lights illuminated the streets, casting a warm glow on the faces of the passers-by. In the midst of the joyous atmosphere, Maria couldn't help but feel a sense of despair. Her children longed for their father, Carlos, who had promised time and time again to come home for Christmas, but had yet to fulfill his promise. One snowy evening, as Maria prepared a humble meal for the children, hoping to make their Christmas a little brighter, there was a knock at the door. Startled, she opened it to find a mysterious envelope left on her doorstep. With trembling hands, Maria opened it to reveal an invitation to a special Christmas event called the Miracle of Giving, taking place that very night. Curiosity piqued, Maria gathered her children and wrapped them in warm coats. They ventured out into the chilly night, following the directions on the invitation. After walking for a short while, they arrived at an old, grand building adorned with twinkling lights and a sign that read, "Miracle of Giving, uniting hearts and bringing hope." Inside, they were greeted by a compassionate host who guided them to a room filled with people from all walks of life. As they settled into their seats, a hush fell over the room, and a storyteller emerged from the shadows. The storyteller began, "Once upon a time, in a small town on the outskirts of Harlem, there lived a family whose love for each other knew no bounds. The father, Carlos, had a heart filled with promises, yet found himself tangled in a web of responsibilities that kept him away from his family." Maria's eyes widened as she realized that the story mirrored her own. Lily and Anthony's faces lit up with recognition too. The mother, named Maria, carried a secret burden, struggling to provide for her children in times of hardship. But her love for them never wavered, and she held on to the hope that someday, their family would be reunited. The storyteller's words touched the hearts of everyone in the room, for they spoke of the universal struggles of love, sacrifice, and longing. As the tale unfolded, it became clear that the journey taken by this family resembled the challenges faced by many in attendance. As the story reached its climax, Maria's eyes filled with tears. She realized that she wasn't alone. Surrounded by individuals who understood her pain, she found comfort and strength in their shared experiences. With newfound hope, Maria approached the storyteller after the session and poured out her heart, sharing her worries, dreams, and the promise Carlos had made to their children. Moved by her sincerity, the storyteller embraced Maria and whispered, "Sometimes, miracles happen when we least expect them." As the night wore on, Maria and her children returned home, their spirits uplifted. Little did they know that Carlos, after hearing their story through a distant friend, was on his way back to Harlem. He had finally realized the true meaning of family and the importance of keeping his promises. On the magical morning of Christmas Day, a knock resonated through their modest apartment. Maria opened the door to find Carlos, standing there with tears streaming down his face. He fell to his knees, begging for forgiveness and vowing to be the father and husband they deserved. In that heartfelt moment of reconciliation, Lily, Anthony, Maria, and Carlos learned the true power of forgiveness, love, and the redemption that comes with it. From that day forward, their family grew stronger, and their love for one another deepened, creating a bond that no obstacle could ever break. And so, Christmas in Harlem became a symbol of hope, forgiveness, and the triumph of love over hardships. From that day forward, the neighborhood and its residents celebrated the incredible power of family and the joy that can be found, even in the darkest of times.